Priene, Turkey is on the Aegean Sea. It's an ancient site near the modern city of Kuşadası, which is a great place to stay and has easy access by small buses that run regularly. You take the Kuşadası to Soki bus and then from there transfer the Priene bus station. The bus drivers are really helpful. This one actually gave me a donut soaked in honey. Once you leave the station, each of these little segments of trip is about 20 minutes. Once you leave the Soki station, 20 minutes later you'll arrive at the Priene station, and from there you follow the signs that's well signed, and you walk up this hill to the parking lot, and from there you'll pass this house on the way. From there, you can buy a ticket. It was, I believe, 3 Turkish lira at the time that I went, and you go up this path into the ruins and up some stairs. It's quite high and spectacular view once you get up there. It's well marked along the way, and they have a nice guidebook that goes with it. One of the nice things about Priene is that it's a compact site and it's easy to sort of get a view of what late classical Hellenistic city would have looked like. The city was started in 350 BC, and all of the major buildings were completed by the 2nd century. It was laid out on a completely regular pattern. Along the way, you'll see signs in English explaining what you're looking at with pictures of what it may have looked at the time. Here's a view of the city council area that would have housed about 550 members, including a statue for the deities. This would have been covered at the time by timbers. The agora was the heart of the city, where processions were held and where the city erected honorific statues and monuments for citizens who the city was indebted to. The food market was where fish and grains were sold, and massive stone sales counters are still partially preserved in the area. This is some graffiti left by perhaps a Roman soldier or a later Christian. There's evidence that there was a synagogue here and a place where Alexander the Great stayed while he traveled through the area. As you reach the western entrance, you see these spectacular views of the Meander Valley. The sea came up this far until it was silted in by the 1st century. Here you have a view of the water system that would have been covered at the time, and views of this great mountain that sits above the city. And this is a little bit of the wall, the old wall of the city that you see also. This is some of the residential area. As you climb to the highest level, you get to the Athenia Sanctuary, which was a massive building erected around the 2nd century BC. This explains some of the foundation work that was done and shows a test dig that uncovered some of it. The basilica was a Episcopal church built in the 5th or 6th centuries AD. from reused material from the Athenia sanctuary. The theater was considered a rare, sort of original Hellenistic state theater that was not overbuilt by the Romans later. Just outside the theater were the Roman baths, and then down the road a little way was the sanctuary for a cult for Egyptian gods that's now in disrepair. As you make your way back to the bus stop, the farming village of Priene is worth a look at. Thank you for watching.